Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Tuesday, March 7th.
It's an additive to the drug, just like fentanyl got added to heroin. And who knows how these things come up.
That's Flagler County Medical Director Dr. Stephen Bickle describing a newly popular drug called Trank.
It's in just a couple places in the country. I think Philadelphia is kind of the epicenter. It's an animal anesthetic that's available in the veterinary arena, and they, I guess, funneled it into this and mixed it, and then people like the effect.
Bunnell Police Chief David Brannon says treating Trank overdoses isn't the same as with other opioids.
Narcan is almost completely ineffective in reversing its effect because it's not an opioid, which is Narcan is most effective towards.
Trank is not gaining traction here yet.
We still see a variety of illegal marijuana, cocaine, crack cocaine coming through Bunnell. I know the sheriff's office has made arrests in several instances related to fentanyl. So that's what we're seeing, the Trank or xylazine. I've not seen it nor heard of it in our area. Dr.
Bickle says the key to treating drug abuse is getting addicts into rehabilitation.
Flagler County now has two medical treatment programs, assisted treatment programs called MAT. Stuart Marchman gives one of them, and the health department in conjunction with Flagler Cares, the county paramedics, Advent ER, there's a peer support group called ORS, and also Epic Behavioral. So all these groups are combining to provide free of charge a very comprehensive treatment program. We just need to get people into it.
Visit flagler.floridahealth.gov to learn more. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you. A Flagler County fugitive is apprehended in Lake County.
Toward the middle of last month, a car driven by Jacob Bryan fled a traffic stop in Mondex. Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley says after hours of searching by ground and air, Bryan couldn't be located, but not for long.
Working with our partners at the Lake County Sheriff's Office on March 3rd, he was arrested and taken into custody for violation of probation and sale of methamphetamine.
Sheriff Staley adds, too bad for him. Our Florida Sheriff's offices work together just as we did in this case to locate him. Sheriff Staley says thank you to the Lake County Sheriff's Office for their assistance. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
The Advent Health Foundation is gifting more than $1 million for the new Advent Health Hospital under construction in Palm Coast. Advent Health Foundation Chairman Tony Pop Andrea says it started with a vision in 2011.
The vision was to try to raise $1 million in 10 years. We accomplished that mission in 2014, I believe. Our 2020 Society originally was going to be 100 founding members who had pledged $10,000 over a 10-year period. We far exceeded that. We had no idea how the community would accept us and bring us into their hearts, because the first thing that you invest in when you come into a new community should be your health care.
That money is going to comfort and care.
When the hospital told us, for instance, in this new hospital, that they were going to put a recliner in each room, we said, no, that's not good enough. We want to put a sleeper sofa because that's what we know people need. We increased the number of blanket warmers. We bought them vein finders. They were going to buy X number of wheelchairs. We said, no, that's not enough. We're going to buy more. So everything we've done with that $1 million went through upgrade and enhance the comfort and care in this hospital.
The hospital on Palm Coast Parkway is to open this summer. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Rich Petchke.
Flagler Cares core program partners with other local programs to improve people's lives.
One of those programs is Flagler OARS, or Open Arms Recovery Services. Brittany is a certified recovery peer specialist. She tells her story.
I am a person in long-term recovery. I grew up in a household where I became a caretaker, which brought a lot of anxiety and fear, and in result, I used substances to cope with it. Those substances took me to a very dark place, like homelessness and misery and legal problems, and ultimately I ended up in a hospital bed fighting to stay alive.
Brittany said that she shares her story with peers so that they can find a way out of substance abuse and opioid addiction. Listen to Flagler Health Matters on WNZF on Saturday mornings at 11. I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.